And we are live. Welcome to Groove Leaders Unite. And my name is Nick. And let's get into this. We're going to talk about community building today. If you're joining me live, put hashtag live. If you're joining on the replay, hashtag replay. You know the drill. Ask any questions that you want, join in. More than anything, I want you to tell me what you're feeling and understanding about what I'm going to cover today. Are you happy with that? Let's get into this. Now, one of the things that we're going to do today is to talk about, as I said, community building. Let's talk about to connect, to cultivate, and to thrive. And that's what we're talking about in terms of community. One of the things in my series, the courses and communities, is very much about having something to help people, but also with the online courses, but also to help them across the line because they are going to struggle. They may not have time, they may not have focus time, they may not have the understanding in terms of the sales, the marketing, the technical, or other aspects. So you've got to help them across the line. That's the idea. And that's why community building is key for your business success. Now, one of the things that we can look at is to say, well, why should we care about online courses? And I say this every week, don't I? And for example, if you take a look at this particular slide over here, the global market for online courses, it is going to go through the roof in the next 5 years. Now that we're in 2024, leading up to 2030, it's projected that this particular source, by the way, is going to go to 848.12 billion US dollars. Hands up who wants a slice of that. Just a teeny weeny slice, just a little touch, a little taste on the lips. You want some of that, don't you? Well, so do I. And I know many of the people that we have in the Groove Asia community want the same as well. Well, we're here. We're here to go and guide you and help you create your courses and your communities. Now, there are many reasons why people do what they do, but for me, very much it's about financial freedom. Over here in the UK, it's wintertime right now, and either this year or next year or sometime very soon, I want to be able to spend the whole winter, 2 or 3 months or more, in warm countries. I'm freezing my backside off here, I gotta tell you. Why do you want to make a change in your life? What is it that's driving you? Is it medical bills for yourself or your family? Is it to have an extra income so that you can retire early or be more comfortable? Is it to put your kids through university or school or some sort of training? Why do you want to have that extra income? Maybe you actually have a passion that you've never had a chance to fulfill before, and now is the time to go and do it before it's too late. Whatever your reasons are, I want you to write them down. Tell me why you want to do this. Why do you want to have an extra income? Why do you want to replace your current income with courses, communities, building communities, and also then running your own business? Tell me why you do that. Now, today, we're going to look at, as I said, community building, connect, cultivate, and thrive. And there are 6 main areas that we're going to look at over here today. So, for example, one of the things that we want to do is to look at the essence of community and branding. All right. Now, with that, let's look at the first item here, which is the essence of community in branding. One of the reasons that community is crucial to your brand, and we talked about brand in the last few weeks, haven't we? Yeah, go back and have a look. Um, we want to have a brand that people can connect with, people can identify with. The brand is not just a logo, remember? It's a part of it is the logo and the color and the text. Yes, part of it is. But the brand is about your promise to your customers. The brand is about who you are and what you stand for. A brand is something you can stand behind and guarantee the quality, the results, the benefits that you have for your customers. That is your brand. It's your word. It's your integrity. So when you have the idea that you want to build a community, you want to connect with people in terms of the brand, but also then bring them into the community to help you drive the brand. And in doing so, not only are you going to add depth to your offerings and whether you have digital products, online courses, or other, you may have an online store or other aspects of business. But uh, with this particular community, these people or these fans, supporters, can help you develop the brand, give you ideas, give you feedback, give you, there are a number of ways that you can interact and deal with them. And also, they will tell you what they're interested in, why they joined you. Never assume that you know why they joined. They may well surprise you. So make sure you find out early why they join you. What are they looking for? If you know that, you can actually help them along their journey to their freedom. Real life examples. Passionate communities. Groove Asia. One of the things that Groove Asia does is that we sit on the Groove platform. Okay, yeah. We are the expansion project of Groove CM. And one of the key things is that it is unique. It doesn't exist anywhere else within the Groove sphere. What it does, it gives you a place to come to be together with like minded individuals, to share your questions and receive answers. And you may have answers for other people's questions. You also have the opportunity to join the community with the protege program and be, not only be passionate about what you do, but you can actually go and develop with the community in terms of your skills in the technical aspects, the marketing, the sales, any number of things on there. A holistic approach to entrepreneurship. There's a number of things that we get from being a member of a Groove Asia community, and for the protege program. Therefore, what I want you to do is to look and see what, for example, the Groove Asia community does for you. We manage, we give you training courses, we have challenges, we have mini courses, we have master classes, we have live webinars, we have live events, we have, for example, we had the Christmas end of year kind of celebration event, didn't we? There's a number of things that we have. And what it does, it brings people together. And this is, throughout the theme of today's presentation, I'm going to bring some of those items to life to actually give you as examples from the Groove Asia community, as well as other examples as well. Okay, but this ability to help develop your brand and to add depth to it makes it even more authentic, even more real, and even more irresistible. I think that's a good word, irresistible. I like that. Now, for the second item on here is choosing the right platforms for your community. Now, by that, what I mean is Where should your community live online? And by that, and also on here, the pros and cons of owned platforms with apps versus social media. Okay, so let me just explain a little bit more about what this is trying to say to you on here. All right. Now, there are a number of different options that you can have. Uh, me being me, I'm always looking for ways in which I can engage my community and house them in a place where I can have full control over what they see and hear when they're interacting with me. Now, the reason I say that is that, for example, the other side of it is where a lot of businesses just go all out and say, "Hey, let's be on Facebook, let's be on YouTube, let's be on Twitter, let's be on all of these kind of social media platforms." Well, that's great. I mean, I absolutely have nothing really against that per se, except that these are owned by other people, by these tech giants. And being tech giants and being technically savvy, in my humble opinion, what they're doing is they have control over your relationship with your clients or with your supporters or with your base or with your community. There, there are certain things that you all have to follow, certain rules, community guidelines, that kind of thing, in order to have a safe community. Well, that's great. That sounds great in theory, right? Except that if you wanted to, you could not do away with those parameters. You could not have a setting whereby you switch them off. They're very much on, I can tell you. And your existence as a group or a community on that platform is at the behest of that particular body, that particular company. Now, that's great. I mean, most people, they work ethically, there's nothing wrong. They don't go towards the parameters or the borders of these kind of behaviors. Some businesses do, and it means that they run the risk of being close to that. They're not doing anything wrong, but they want to do things in their way. For example, if I wanted to have a community where we tell jokes about whatever, everything and anything under the sun. To be honest with you, I don't think that some of the things would be suitable for YouTube or Facebook and so on. This is why, if possible, what I try to do is to, again, depending on the situation, advise businesses to say, hey, you can go with YouTube, Twitter, Facebook on the one hand, but you can also go with private membership software. I mean, we have one with Groove, don't we? Right? Works really well. It's there. You can actually go and offer people the membership sites where, for example, you have your online courses, your the fulfillment for your for any of the online services or products being sold. There's a number of things that you can do with that. There are others available up there as well. Now, the advantage of Groove is, of course, it comes free with the lifetime deal that you have. Most of you, or a lot of you, have that, and so with that, it's free. Whereas a lot, the other products that are out there, some of them, I mean, I've used them. They can be quite expensive. All right, so the higher the if you have high ticket items, I would usually recommend you keep them in a place whereby you have a lot of control over it. Okay. If you want to create something quickly, want to create some momentum, then I would say stick with YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc. Stick with the social media. Now, especially with things like Facebook, it's great to, for example, if I have a Groove membership, which is great, and in addition I create a Facebook group or and a YouTube channel, I think that's really powerful. But remember, what I want to do is to try and get as many of the people on those channels, on the social media, to buy into something that I'm giving them. For example, I want to know their first name and their email address. How do I do that? I offer them a free PDF, a free book, a free lesson, a free video, so that in exchange for their details, I give them something in return that is of value to them that they can use to develop their business or themselves. So I think that there's strategies that you can use, you can employ to actually get across this. Ultimately, it's about the control of your community and information as to who is in your community. Do you know the name or the email address or some sort of unique contact for every person in your community? A lot of the time, we don't have that with the social media. A lot of the time we just don't not able to collect it. We can send information, we can send notifications, um, but we won't be able to necessarily contact somebody directly. Whereas if you have your own platform, a more private platform, you can even get people to sign up for a particular membership over here on Groove, for example. And in order to give them access to the membership, you need their password. You need to give them a username and password for them to access it. Then you've got their login, you've got their email address that you can contact them with, and then keep in touch with them, not just on the social media platform, but also by email as well, and help you create an email list. I think that's really valuable as well. So there's a lot to take away. There's a lot to break down with this particular item on here, and what I want you to do is to be very mindful of the platforms that you choose, and this will, this may develop over time, depending on what your needs are of your community, what how you develop your brand, how you develop your services and your um, digital products. There's a number of things that can help you develop on this. The main thing is to start off with, probably start off with social media, but then have a strategy to move people across for especially medium and high ticket items. That's a good way to look at this. Okay, so have a think about it. Remember, ask lots of people, or get advice, but you are in charge of your marketing plan. You are in charge of your business. You're the CEO. Okay. Now, creating a welcoming space. We do want to create an inclusive and engaging environment that encourages participation. That's very important. Yes, you want community guidelines, and you also have moderators as well. So let's get into that a little bit more. So in terms of the welcoming space, yes, you can have that on Facebook, YouTube, any of the social media platforms, or any of the more private platforms that you can have. I mean, for example, with Groove. Yes, you can do that. You can have participation in a number of different ways. You can actually get, for example, through the membership site, you can actually give information and so on, and get a participation in a number of different ways, like through personal messages, DMs, emails, posting into your Facebook groups, etc. There's a number of ways that you can do this, and when you start getting feedback and going back and forth with the community, it is very important to set the rules early doors so that people know what they're signing up to. People know whether it's suitable for them to advertise their business in that group or not. Right? That would be good. That would be interesting, because you don't really want to have people coming into your community, especially if if it's you allow anybody to join for free, and then want to take people away from that community onto their own products or services. It's always a contentious topic on things like Facebook group groups and so on. So you've got to get that clear at the start. And a lot of the groups, for example, with Groove Asia, Groove Asia has strict rules on uh, kind of self promotion. We are looking at Groove Asia as a brand, the Groove Asia products and services, and so on. So we don't really want to have people coming in saying, "Hey, my name's Nick, and I want you to look at X, Y, and Z, and come to my website, come to this landing page, buy my stuff." Probably not the best thing to do. So we would actually, we do have guidelines for that. My suggestion is that you do have that as well. However, you don't want it too locked down that nobody can say anything or do anything. There's a fine line, isn't there? You want to have healthy discussion. You want to have the ability for people to ask questions, even if that question has been asked many times. Therefore, if there are questions that are asked many times, well, you can create an FAQ, a frequently asked questions area, and encourage new members to look at that before posting questions, right? So try not to be too rude and try not to be too um, lazy, if that's the word. If you join a group, check the FAQs, check any of the information that they've signposted for you before then going into questions and posting something that's been already mentioned many times before, because it just gets too old. And later on, when you are an experienced member of the group, it'll get old for you as well. Okay. Um, one of the things about the community guidelines and moderation is that you you will know very quickly who are your supporters in the community, who are the ones who respond very early to your questions, to maybe some surveys that you've done, or when you ask for feedback about something, it often will be the same group of people. Great. Well, the ones who hang around the most, the ones who are available the most, the ones who communicate with you most and engage with, they may be very suitable candidates for helping you manage the community as moderators or as administrators, even. So look out for people like that, because they will help you scale up the group and also help organize things so that it's more manageable for you. Plus, keep their finger on the pulse of the community so that you can actually get very honest and candid feedback from them privately, and they will give you their opinion. And moderators are, good moderators are worth their weight in gold. It's for any scalable community. Now, in terms of the next item that we have on here, in terms of let's have a look where we are on here. Oh, let's just go back, and here we go. Encouraging engagement, participation. Sparking conversations, keeping the community active. Yes, um, do have contests. Do have rewards. Do have spot. It's the gaming, the gamification, the having fun, the challenges, the rewards. Those kind of things are very important in terms of encouraging engagement. The reason for that is that um, you want to you want people to have fun. You want people to see that there's things going on, and every day that people are posting, asking questions. Yes, but also you're organizing things in the background to benefit them. What are you doing to benefit them? Well, you may be running training, 5-day challenges. We've got some with Groove Asia, haven't we? That I'm creating right now. For example, kicking off on Monday, the 22nd of January 2024, we have a whole year's worth of 5-day challenges. So one 5-day challenge every month. That's the aim. And so we want you to participate in that. We want you to watch it, put comments in there, and so on. We want you to benefit from that. That's for you. The other thing with that is that, for example, last year we had training like that. We had the 5-day challenges. We also had the rewards. For example, we had prizes for people who were creating websites or landing pages or membership sites. Great. Fantastic. Now remember, not only do you have to set up the competition, you then have to make sure and see it through and then announce a winner. Okay, make sure that people have the opportunity, an ample opportunity to take the contest seriously and have a go at it. So again, depending on what your community is, who your community is, what specialisms you have, there may be some very easy ways for you to create competitions. Okay, you could even set a quiz. Right, okay, fill in this form with the answers. It's going to remain private. And the first five winners who get, the first five people who get the most right within the next week will receive a prize. Very simple, very easy. You can set things up quite quickly on that. And the thing about gamification is, even though, no matter what your age is, we love rewards. We love gold stars. We love cartoons. We love, sparkly stuff. We love that kind of competition. It's some people may say, hey, it's childlike, or this is what you do at school, or yes, but we're trying to teach you certain things, and we'll do it in different ways because people respond differently to different methods of teaching. And one of the ways is to make it light-hearted, make it a fun quiz. But when you actually go and take that quiz seriously, you yourself will either show how much you've learned, and therefore it'll reinforce the learning that you have, or teach you something new that you didn't know and help to reinforce your new knowledge. So that's very important. People learn in different ways. Not everybody can read a 500-page book. Some people like it in text. Some people like it to hear it. Some people like to see it on the screen. There's different ways of learning. You've got to go and cater for all of those different ways of learning and make it fun as well, right? So that's very important, and the energy that goes into it in community building. That don't underestimate this. There's a lot of energy needed for this, because not only do you have to do the work and do the preparation, do the planning, and carry out, you also need to have fun doing it yourself. Because if you show that you're having fun, just like I'm doing this video right now, this stream. If I show you that I'm having fun doing this, there's a good chance that you'll get the vibes, the energy, and also you'll feel good about what I'm actually sharing with you. And there's more chance of you taking on the information than if I was just sitting here with a frown and a monotone voice and going through and reading out of a set script like this, head down. That's not fun, is it? And also, you won't learn very much if I did it that way. Think about that. The the next item on here is about cultivating a culture of shared values. And I mentioned this earlier on, didn't I? That what we have is we want to integrate the brand's values and to strengthen member identity. Yes, hosting events and reinforcing the community culture. Well, this is what I was talking about. For example, in December, just before, round about this December 17th, I think it was, we had a wonderful event where we shared our experiences as members of the Groove community, of the protege team, and the leadership team. And it, coming together, what was 2023 like for us, and what do we look forward to most in 2024? sharing, sharing is caring, right? But also it's to help reinforce the ideals of your membership, the ideals of your community, and express in different ways, in an authentic way, allowing everybody to express their opinions so that you can share and learn and help you reinforce your membership of the community. I think that's very important because if you have a thousand people in a community and you allow 50 of them just a minute to come on screen and tell us what it means for to them of belonging to this community, whichever community it is, you will not have just one opinion. You will not have just one point. You'll have you'll have a theme. Various people will pick one thing, various people pick another, but you won't just have a uniform. This is the one reason why I love being in this community. You'll have an array. It may be four, five, six, seven, or eight things, but also some people will surprise you by picking something that you hadn't thought of, a benefit that you hadn't thought that was possible. And you can then use that information to help not only the community come closer together and to educate and learn from each other, you also can help you plan for the next year, give you ideas about courses or quizzes or surveys that you want to run to engage the community. Maybe you say, how many of you are interested in X, whatever that X is? Because one person mentioned it. Maybe you want to see how many of the other 999 people are interested in that particular area, that body of work. And what that does is, not only does it show that you are a great leader because you're asking for opinions, you're listening, you're still leading. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. You're asking for people's opinions. You're asking and say, what you're doing is you're asking them, how else can I serve you? I am here to serve you. How else can I serve you? That's what you're asking. So it's a fantastic way of helping to create and to retain and to build on your community. So see if you can build that into your community that you're going to build. With events and experiences, for example, the breakthrough retreat that we had in 2023 in Langkawi and in Port Dickson, the one plan in Tokyo in May. There's lots of different experiences that we can have. And those things are fantastic. Fantastic way to go and help develop and grow the community. Okay. Now, finally, we want to look at the leveraging community feedback. I talk about feedback a lot. And yes, it's important to listen to the community. Ask them questions. Don't assume that you know what's best for them because you created the community. Because if you don't ask them in a timely manner, you don't regularly reach out to people and talk to people in your community, people will, if it's not the right thing, if they're not being served, they will come less and less to your community. They will switch off the notifications of the group, or they won't appear, they won't come to your group to look and see what the latest posts are, for example, or they will stop coming to events. People will vote with their feet. It's important to get their opinions first. It may not be possible to give people what, or everyone what they want. It may not be possible. In fact, probably isn't possible. But at least have a go and ask them, and then explain what you can do and what is not achievable at present. Um, the insights that you learn will help you drive your business decisions and product development. Yeah, absolutely. Look, one of the things that, and I keep mentioning this about talking to people, about talking to your moderators. For example, one famous guru in this sort of realm is Pat Flynn. You know, smart passive income. And what Flynn talked about was the idea that he has super fans. Well, you have super fans because they're really into what you do. And he didn't realize this until he started talking to them. Why are you so interested in what I'm doing? Oh, but I'm just showing you how to pass this particular exam, he says. Yeah, but that's great because you saved us a lot of time. You gave us more success. You helped me pass that exam in double quick time. I never would have passed it without you, Pat. And he just thought, oh, I'm just giving a few tips because he was good at what he did. And he thought everybody has that basic knowledge, or everybody has the ability to take exams in a particular way and so on. Well, no, not everybody does. Sometimes we forget that we have superpower. All of us do. We have superpowers that we take for granted, and this is one of the things that attracts people to us because we we kind of make things appear simple. For us, it's very simple, yes, but for those people out there, a lot of them, they struggle with it. They are in awe of you. And you've got to go and find out why they like you, why they like your company, your products, your services, your courses, your whatever it is you're doing. Ask them. Create surveys, regular surveys. Every time somebody joins, ask them to fill in a 1, 2, or 3 question survey, or just say, "Hey, what's the main reason that you joined this community?" I mean, even if you get 10% of people replying, that's good. That's 10% more than you would have got had you not asked them. Pat Flynn, I mentioned him. I'm a big fan of his, and what he often does, he calls up new members sometimes, people who've joined his group or his programs, or he would just call them up and say, "Hey, my name's Pat Flynn. I saw that you joined our community today. Thank you so much. I wanted to give you a special welcome, a prize. I'd just like to have a chat with you. Do you have 5 minutes?" And literally, he would talk to them, or he would send them a short video message with their name, getting their name, and their name is very important. When you actually address somebody by their first name or by the name that they prefer, you are connecting with them. You really are. So he would do this quite a lot. He would send personal video messages to members who join. It only takes a minute, right? But it's so powerful because the CEO of this company, this multi-million dollar company, has sent me a personal message saying, "Hey, welcome on board. So happy to have you." When I joined Groove Asia and the Protege team, the team did that for me. Ching Yu sent a video. Very, very powerful. What can you do in your community that would be that would work in a similar way, to be powerful, to show people that yes, this is the right decision that I made to join this community? What would make somebody feel special in joining, to be extra motivated, to very much get in and contribute? Those are the things that we want to look at. And because if you can inspire somebody to work out of their skin, to say, "Hey, I really want to give back to this," just like I did with the Groove Asia community, then you've got a potential leader there. You've got a potential moderator, administrator, a possible future partner, even right there. So take the opportunity, communicate with them, learn their reasons for joining, their why, know their why. so far, we've covered a lot of things today. Let's just recap. uh, so it's about the uh, impact of community on your branding. Remember, you're keep making it more authentic. You're retaining more people and really empowering your brand. Choosing the right platforms. Do you want all social media, or do you want a mixture of some private membership groups as well, as we talked about, for example, with Groove? Creating welcoming space so that people feel comfortable, but also they're not bombarded with spurious messages or spam or even just the same old questions again and again and again every other day. There's also encouraging engagement and participation, getting people involved, getting people excited. People will get more done if they feel excited about something. How are you going to get your community, your people, your tribe excited? There's also the shared values. Absolutely, that's really important because it helps cement, augment, and really grow your brand, your reason for being, the authenticity of your brand, the power of your brand. It really would help if you can actually build a community around it and make it a living, breathing entity, not just a spreadsheet of names and email addresses. And also feedback. Feedback is so important because ultimately, if you don't have feedback, how do you know how you're doing? How do you know how to be better so that you can actually serve your community even more than you are doing already? What works? What doesn't work? How can we fix it? Ask for suggestions. Maybe just because they joined your community doesn't mean all the answers have to come from you. The people themselves have got skills, knowledge, and experience. They may have some ideas that are workable for you in your business. Take them on. Give people responsibility. Um, Ask them for a chat and really dig down into their own experience and what they've seen, and in order to help you. And not only will they feel valued and listened to, but also it will help um, the retention of people like this, the elevate them in terms of their status, and also they become super fans so that they go and evangelize about you and your brand to their friends and their networks and anybody else who cares to listen. So you do want to have a community of raging super fans. I think that's a wonderful goal to aim for. Now, what we have is we have a call to action over here. Private consultations. You can go to this link, which I'm going to post in the YouTube and Facebook links shortly. And also, events coming up. These are the Groove Asia .cm/events. So these are the things that actually are going to be going on in the next coming weeks. Have a look at that and sign up for things that are going along. Remember, the 5-day challenges start in just under 3 weeks' time, and look out for that. They will be streamed live on YouTube, and I want to make sure you attend live. If you can't attend live, it's okay. Watch the recordings, and the recordings will be up for the foreseeable future. Okay. Otherwise, thank you so much for taking the time. Remember, be intentional about your marketing, be intentional about the work that you do, about your planning, and then take action. Without action, vision is just a dream, but it's up to you to make it a reality. In the meantime, let's get Simon to give us some information as to Groove, and we'll see you next time. Watch this space.
Hi, this is Simon Liang with GrooveAsia.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with live sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at GrooveAsia.cm.